For 20 years, football belonged to two men, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. They weren't just players. They were gods locked in a rivalry that spanned 35 duels, 9 Ballon d'Or, and an era fans will never forget. Today, two new names dominate the conversation: Kylian Mbappé, Erling Haaland. One, lightning, a World Cup prodigy, already a global icon before 25. The other, thunder, a Nordic machine, rewriting scoring records at a terrifying pace. But here's the question: will they ever truly rival each other? Or is this the rivalry that modern football can't sustain? It all began in 2020. Dortmund versus PSG, Champions League round of 16. Haaland was 19, Mbappé 21. First leg in Germany. Haaland scored twice, including a rocket into the top corner. Suddenly, the world had its new star. Second leg in Paris, PSG won 2-0. Mbappé didn't score, but his runs tore Dortmund apart. The masked celebration went viral, a symbol of defiance. For a moment, it looked like the new rivalry had arrived. But here's the truth: that was the last time they met. 4 years later, fans are still waiting for a real duel. At 19, Mbappé was already a world champion. His sprint against Argentina in 2018 left defenders chasing shadows. In the final, he scored, becoming the youngest since Pelé to do so. By 2022, he was no longer the prodigy. He was France's talisman. Against Argentina, he scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. Even in defeat, he dominated. At PSG, his numbers are staggering: 250-plus goals before 25, breaking Cavani's record as all-time top scorer. His speed is unmatched, his finishing ruthless. But Mbappé is more than numbers. He's politics, culture, and identity. When he considered leaving PSG for Madrid, President Macron called him personally, "You can't leave France." Mbappé isn't just a footballer, he's the face of a nation. If Mbappé is chaos, Haaland is inevitability. At Salzburg, he scored a Champions League hat-trick on debut. At Dortmund, he became a counter-attack monster. But at Manchester City, he reached terrifying heights. In 2022/23, Haaland scored 52 goals in 53 games, 36 in the Premier League, breaking a record that stood for decades. How? City's system, Guardiola's 3-2-5, overloads the midfield. De Bruyne waits for the gap. Haaland times the run. One touch, goal. He doesn't dribble, he doesn't dance, he finishes. At 6 feet 4 inches with sprinter speed, Haaland is football's most efficient weapon. Here's what makes their duel fascinating: they're opposites. Mbappé thrives in chaos, broken play, transitions, high lines. He creates chances out of nothing. A sprint, a feint, a finish. Haaland thrives in a structure, a penalty box predator. His genius is in simplicity. He doesn't waste energy. One run, one ball, one goal. Defenders adapt differently. Against Mbappé, fullbacks double up, midfielders track back. Against Haaland, center backs sit deep or foul him early to cut service. Both are unstoppable, but unstoppable in entirely different ways. Which is harder to stop, Mbappé in space or Haaland in the box? Here's the elephant in the room: they don't play in the same league. They may never. Messi and Ronaldo gave us El Clasico twice a year, every year for nearly a decade. Mbappé and Haaland, 2 meetings. That's it. Why? Modern football, superstars spread across leagues, super clubs building their own dynasties. Fans debate on Twitter more than they watch them duel on the pitch. This isn't Messi versus Ronaldo 2.0. It's different. It's fragmented. It's globalized. And maybe that's the actual story. They seem unstoppable, but they're not. Mbappé struggles in low blocks. When defenses sit deep in closed space, his decision-making falters. He wants an open field, not crowded boxes. Haaland? He disappears when service is cut. Against Real Madrid, he touched the ball only 20 times. He doesn't drop deep, doesn't build play. Without supply, the machine stalls. Defenders know this. Ramos has called Mbappé unmarkable in space. Van Dijk said Haaland isn't about 90 minutes, it's one moment. Even the best have limits. The future? Uncertain. Mbappé will almost certainly join Real Madrid, the same stage Ronaldo once ruled. Could Haaland follow? His release clause makes it possible. If they meet in Madrid, they may become teammates, not rivals. On the international stage, the contrast is stark. Mbappé has France, a golden generation. Haaland has Norway, which is unlikely to reach the World Cup soon. Their legacies may be shaped more by the luck of their nationality than by their skill. And here's the twist. It may not be a two-person era at all. Bellingham, Musiala, Vinicius. The next wave is already here. Modern football may never belong to just two again. Is football now too global for another Messi versus Ronaldo era? Kylian Mbappé, Erling Haaland. One, chaos and artistry. The other, power and inevitability. They are heirs to Messi and Ronaldo. However, they may never duel in the same way their predecessors did. And maybe that's the lesson. This isn't a rivalry between two players. It's the rivalry of modern football itself. Fragmented, global, digital. The rivalry that never was. Football isn't played with feet, it's won with minds. While others see passes, we see patterns. FTG Ontel, where data meets destiny. This isn't entertainment, it's education. By 2026, you won't just watch, you'll read the game. FTG Intel. Think the game. Win the game.